Now, food safety experts say the deliberate omission of dates of manufacture and expiry in the KEBS Non-Compliance report over imported sugar under investigations was suspect enough that the commodity was unfit for human consumption. Now, the experts say the condemned sugar that corruptly found its way on the shelves in May already be contaminated with harmful bacteria, having surpassed the mandatory two-year limit for consumable sugar processed in factories. Seth Olale reports.
Oh, these are the
missing production and expiry dates as labeling requirements in KEBS Non-Compliance report was the initial red flag that the imported sugar by Miraco Investment Limited from Zimbabwe sugar sales was a health risk to innocent Kenyan sugar consumers. Yusuf Amir, an organic chemistry associate professor at the University of Nairobi Micrology Lab, says the arrival of the already suspect sugar, coupled with storage exceeding the mandatory 2 years requirement for consumable sugar disposal from the time it's processed, may be hazardous.
And the shelf life is supposed to be, once opened or before opening, it should be 2 years. Then moisture will not find its way. However, if moisture finds its way inside the bag, then most likely the sugar will have molds.
Food safety experts affirming that the unfit sugar stored for such a long duration could have gathered bacteria such as salmonella, which affects the intestinal tract and causes stomach pains and diarrhea.
It is an indication that you are most likely dealing with a commodity that can easily have some other bacteria that may cause diseases.
According to scientific health standards governing agricultural consumable produce such as sugar, there should not be foreign matter in the stored sugar, no foreign smell, moisture level should not be above 0.1%, invert sugar percentage should not exceed 0.04%, color unit should not exceed 60, sulfur dioxide concentration should not exceed 15 parts per million, sugar is not supposed to have yeast, heavy metals like arsenic should not exceed 1 part per million, lead should not exceed 0.5 part per million, and copper should not exceed 2 parts per million.
For example, if moisture goes in, then fermentation may occur. So you'll find sugar changing to ethanol, ethanol to ethanoic acid, and those are not very good consumables.
Food safety experts squarely faulting the relevant government agencies for not immediately destroying the condemned sugar in 2018, knowing very well the threat it posed to consumers when it was declared non-compliant by KEBS.
Once the sugar arrives at the port, there should be clearing as soon as possible so that it goes to the destination.
Detectives impounded several bags of the poisonous sugar at a warehouse in Eastleigh with fears that large amounts of the sugar may have already flooded various shops across the country. Seth Olale, Citizen TV, Nairobi.